Hello, yes, now, bless now, people. Let me just get these sound preferences arranged. What's good? This listen through goes out to John. Recommended it on the Patreon. We got to listen to more Beach Bunny, which I'm pleased about. I think the one we heard as of recent might have been a little earlier to this record. I don't know. You tell me. We got a couple of music videos. I wish we didn't, to be honest. I wish it was just all audio, but this is the official playlist, so I can't complain. It should be legitimate. We've got 12 tunes. The record's called Emotional Creature. One track is only 1 minute 10 seconds long, so whether that's, like an interlude or whatnot, who knows? There might be only 11 tracks, as far as I'm concerned. But we're going to jump straight in. People, I need some uplifting tunes, to be honest with you. I hope we got some upbeat melodies. But I'm exhausted. I just went out and caught a friend of mine and flipping hell. I don't mind politics and all that, but this person has been radicalized, just gone down a rabbit hole. Well, I say gone down a rabbit hole, being manipulated by the social media algorithms, which are, the media at general, to be honest with you. And you can't get through to some people, can you? Entropy is track number 1. Wake me up a little bit, Beach Bunny. I'm going to make a cup of coffee afterwards. Let's go. I'm actually going to make a phone call in about 25 minutes, so I'll have a little breather then, make myself a cup of coffee and whatnot. Let's go. This has got 90s/early 2000s vibes to it, this. Like actual pop music, pop radio, Kerrang sounding, the smash hits style of playing. You know what? We don't have guitars and all that in the mainstream no more. We don't have rock bands in the mainstream no more. But back in the 2000s when I was coming up and I'd have a couple of music channels on, awaiting Good Charlotte to come on, it wouldn't be surprising to hear an act like this, you know? I love it. Acts like this, and there's another act. I don't know what she's doing nowadays, but she had some great songs I like called Biba Doobie. Jeez, that's wifey material right there. Biba Doobie, come on now. Although I say wifey material, she gets way too much attention from the fellas. I couldn't be arsed with that noise. I want a quieter experience in my relationships, you know. Stop sexualizing musicians, man. Yo, Grampton says they literally do not have a bad song, such an underrated band. Yo, let me tell you something, Grampton. These lot can put a good tune together, that's for definite. These dudes can put a very good tune together, that is for definite. I love that twinkling guitar. A Blink 182, innit? You, I'm falling for you. Running away through the rain makes your socks wet. Split in your heart and your brain makes you feel uncertain if thought
hearts were the same even back then. I feel ashamed, feel ashamed, feel ashamed. Running away through the rain with you, darling, makes me feel safe like you saved me from drowning. I'm not ashamed, not ashamed, not ashamed. I wanna kiss you when everyone's watching. Somebody's gonna figure me out. Somebody's gonna figure us out, and I hope they do, 'cause I'm falling for you.
I can't be arsed with music videos, man. They're too draining for me. I just like to listen to music. I get overtly stimulated, man, when I got too much going on. I'm a sensitive kind of guy. That was an half decent tune, though. I didn't think too much to the bridge section, in all honesty. I thought we were going to build up a little bit of tension and then kick back into a big booming thing. I felt the sound. No disrespect to the band, because the tune was. I like the tune, I really like the chorus, but I think as far as the sound engineering was concerned, we could have ramped up that chorus a little bit more, you know. It felt like, as far as the audacity is concerned, there was just, you know, the twinkling guitar over the top, but I would have liked, you know, like a bit more pressure on that volume, you know, a little more dynamic value. But here we go, we got Oxygen coming up next. I'm not going to criticise, I thought it was an half decent tune. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. The King of Punk Rock has returned to listen to Emotional Creature by Beach Bunny. This is track 2 of 12. This one's called Oxygen.
Let me out of this mess I can't help from, constantly hiding all the feelings I'm finding within. Words out on the carpet and everybody's
Let me tell you something, right? Somebody says here, I was having such a bad day, but this made it so much better. It's good. Lily's voice sounds incredible. I want to highlight that. Lily's voice sounds incredible. Do you know me, right? I don't want it to sound incredible. I don't want it to sound fantastic. I think the quirk of this band and the bands adjacent to this is the fact that it's very organic, and it's not overtly polished, and it's not, you know, virtuoso show-off shredfest like you can get in some bands. They're just great songwriters, and the songs sell themselves. The idea of her being an amazing like vocalist, even though she's a good vocalist, but the idea of her being like an incredible vocalist actually is a turn off to me. Isn't that weird? Because you're verging too near perfection, because the songs are pristine. But if we had like flipping Beyonce singing these songs, it'd be too much. You know what I mean? I like an indie, even though there's money invested into the product. I like an indie budget approach, as opposed to like a corporate just throw all the money at the wall and create the sparkliest, glitteriest, you know, most appealing product of all time. Maybe that didn't make sense to you. To me, it did. It's like Bob Dylan. Or if Bob Dylan went and just like became an amazing singer, it just won't be Bob Dylan no more, would it?
They don't wanna see you the way I do. The light looks better through my worldview. Suddenly everything is easy. I've never found some things that it
Yo, back with my ex-missus, man. She was big on Beach Bunny. We were actually going to go see them live. But then, because of the, the Fauci virus, it all got called off and they didn't come over to the UK, or at least not as far as I was with her. So I didn't end up going and seeing them. But around that time, she was listening to an act called Girl in Red as well. And I think Girl in Red played London around that time when I was based over there. Anybody fans of them? I'm sure that them acts go hand in hand, right? Same energy, same aesthetic, perhaps.
solution with my life mostly. I'm okay with having a few bad days, locked in my bedroom with my heart out on display. But they don't wanna view you the way I do. And life looks better when it's with you. Suddenly everything is easy. I've never felt something so deeply. 'Cause with you, everything again. Baby, you're my oxygen. Oh, oh, Suddenly everything is easy. I've never felt something so deeply. 'Cause with you, I breathe again. Baby, you're my oxygen. Oh, baby, you're my oxygen. Oh, oh, oh.
It was an alright tune. It wasn't as good as Entropy. It wasn't as good as Entropy. It was an alright tune. As far as Beach Bunny is concerned, this wasn't actually that strong a track. And I say that because I wasn't purely focusing on it. And do you know why I wasn't purely focusing on it? Because I sort of went on a train of thought and my mind drifted, but nothing in the music pulled me back in. Do you know, sometimes something will hit and you're like, whoa, not really. That was, with all due respect, that was easy listening. That was easy listening. We got Dead Weight coming up next, a briefer one. Maybe we've got a little bit of a tempo to this, bit of a toe tapper coming up. Let's find out, people. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee in between. It won't make much difference to you because I'll be back in a second, all right? One moment. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Wagwan, wagwan, what a guan. We've got Dead Weight as track number 3 of 12, An Emotional Creature by the band Beach Bunny. Shall we jump straight in? I think we should do. Lego.
So impulsive, indecisively decided to let go of me and let it be while saying, please don't walk away from me. So let me in and push me out again. Let's be friends, he says, while holding me so selfishly. And I think maybe things are differently. Don't wanna let go, but I can't stay this way. I'm pissed off, no.
Don't want to let go, but I can't stay this way. Do you know what? As a lyricist myself, if I wanted to pop that up a little, I'd use the word low in there. What was the line?
But I can't
I'm not criticising, by the way. It's just these things catch me because I fine-tuned to rhyming schemes, you know.
stay this. Wanna let go,
Don't want to let go, emphasise on go.
can't stay this way.
Don't want to let go. I don't want to stay this low, I would have had, which sounds corny when you just put it in writing, but I think melodically speaking, it would have, ticked a couple more boxes.
I'm pissed off, no, I
But what do I know, eh? I'm not in a great band like this. I wish I was.
change, 'cause he wouldn't hurt me, and you don't think through things logically. It's unfair to say you care, expecting me to be there when you need, but make me bleed. You caught a knife through me emotionally. Don't wanna let go, but I can't stay this
Love that twinkling guitar here, pan to the right hand side.
You seem like you're giving up.
Very good.
Pause.
I think the Paramore with this bit. A little bit of crowd participation. That was Dead Weight by Beach Bunny. That wasn't a bad tune. I didn't mind that one too bad. I didn't think too much. I'm sorry. I'm being critical here, people. I am. I hate to do it to this band because I really love this band. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear 4 chords. I want to hear 4 power chords and a banging chorus, to be honest. That's what I like from this band. That's what this band does best. We got Gone coming up next, track numero 4. Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Track 4 on Emotional Creature by Beach Bunny is entitled Gone. All right. This entire listen through goes out to John. Thank you very much for recommending this, John. You know what? I started off this listen through by sort of saying, you know what? I've had a pretty low frequency day today. Yeah, I've been engaging in a negative manner with people close to me who have got different opinions to me, right? Or maybe not different opinions, but, you know, I got brought up, right? And I know this isn't necessarily the case because you can talk about whatever you want, like it doesn't make a difference to me. But I got this is completely irrelevant to Beach Bunny, but I'm gonna put a spin on it which makes sense in regards to this listen through. I got taught from my parents, you shouldn't talk about race, shouldn't talk about politics, shouldn't talk about flipping. I don't know what the third thing was. I don't know, but you can see why it's very divisive. And my friend's gone down a rabbit hole, man, of just been he's well lost in the echo chamber as to where he can't talk about all different. It's incredibly boring, and I got bored to death about hearing the same thing over and over earlier. And I've come into this listen through with the high hopes that it's gonna uplift me, but whilst I get to that point, I might be a little bit overtly critical of the music I'm listening to because I'm perceiving it through the lens of a less than overtly positive state. But with that being said, this one's called Gone. I'm gonna recalibrate my perception. Yes, the day is young. I've got a lovely day of listening to music ahead of me and involving myself in the arts and being creative and exploring life as a whole. So let's be good. Yes, this one's called Gone. This one goes out to John, who recommended this on the Patreon. Blah, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Let's go. Someone says Beach Bunny equals best teenage songs ever. Someone said I must not have got the memo because I'm 30 and I'm in love with this band. You know what? I've had a couple of people take offense. Not in a strong manner. Let's say I've had a couple of people take an opposite opinion to me from time to time, because sometimes I will say, I'm a bit too, I feel like I'm a bit too old, right, to really like this band, to really engage with this band and blah de blah. I've said that on a couple of bands in the past, right? And a couple of the fans have popped up saying, you shouldn't say that, and that's wrong of you saying that. And because indirectly I might, maybe insult somebody's sense of self by saying that. But truth of the matter is, I say that because it reflects inside of me. I've got a younger self, right? I was very into music when I was young. Like, I was very attracted to music when I was young, like when I was in the single digits of age. But I really got into music when I was a teenager. And So sometimes when I will listen to a band, I will know that my inner teenager adores the band. But this hardened shell that has manifest atop of that softer center, just due to the, the hammering of life, right? The sculpting of life itself. I know that at this older state, I can't perceive it with the same depth and emotional connection as I once would have. So when I say I'm too old for it, it's purely because I can perceive the value it would have given me when I was younger, you know? Not necessarily with Beach Bunny, but, well, yeah, actually with Beach Bunny, most definitely. Because when this person says teenage songs, it's in reference to the fact that the market for this band, yeah, is going to be younger people, because there's a heavy emotive value and there's a sort of like outcast element to it. And as you get older, it's harder to be an outcast because the world and society engineers you to fit in and become a part of the system, right? We're getting philosophical on this one. Come on.
You wanna let me in, please tell me so. You're gonna shrink things out, just let me go.
Like the sound of that hi-hat.
Tired of guessing on a blurred photo. Are you hanging out with someone I don't know? You better not fall into your arms again after all.
What record was that on? In the related videos, I've got Paramore, Still Into You. Was that Paramore? I'm still into you. Was that Paramore? Have I heard that on the record, or have I heard that via like it being synced to other forms of media? What record was that put out on? Was that on like it wasn't on Riot, was it? That's still...
This time, is this the
Shall I do some Paramore next?
fall into your arms again after all? Is this the end? Is this the end?
Some good melody to that leader.
Do I fall into your arms again after all? This time, is this the end? Do I fall into your arms again after?
Hey, you know what? I might be getting back into the music, you know. I had a friend pop up. He's like, bro, I got to build a portfolio. Let me do some videos for you. And I thought, yeah, you know what? Let's fucking do it.
Is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the end?
Not a bad tune. Not a bad tune at all. Very organic sounding guitar there. It felt like I was in the room with the guitarist as they were playing. It was so human, you know. We've got Eventually coming up next. Eventually. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Eventually is track number 5 of 12. We're listening to Emotional Creature by Beach Bunny. Let's jump in, shall we?
Take a deep breath from the chest, but shallow execution.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
comes out eventually. It all comes out eventually. You're always there in
Love them harmonies, man.
my mind, in my hair when I lose it. Teaching my feet how to walk properly through the movement. Sometimes it's a while till I learn how to smile, but you're patient. Panic attack, there's a weight on my back, but you take it. But you take it. The faster I run from the problem, the harder it falls. It all comes out eventually. It all comes out eventually. It all comes out eventually.
When they do them stabs, da 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 da. We heard it in a earlier track as well. It sounds so powerful, man. It sounds so powerful when they do them things, and accent it with the drums and whatnot. Really cool. That was a good track. It was a brief one, but I thought that was a good tune. I really like the vocal harmonies on that. But it was a brief one, and now we've got Fire Escape. Okay, let's keep moving. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're listening to Beach Bunny, Emotional Creature is the record. Track 6 of 12 is entitled Fire Escape. This listen goes out to John, who recommended this on Le Patreon. Let us go, shall we? Sounds like flipping Oasis.
Paralyzed is contagious.
But this is actually quite sick. They've got the I don't know if this is a separate clip. I assume it's a separate clip actually. But as an idea, it'd be so sick if they had the music video for Entropy playing on the television on the like audio video. That'd be really inventive.
World hanging on your lips, life's gentle, painless, an automatic prerogative, hypnotized, it's voracious. I try to grasp at your golden glare, life's fragile, patient, broken glass flying through the air. Humanize your equation. I'd like to be your remedy. Swallow slowly. I feel your heartbeat in everything. Visualize at the station. I took the train to the great escape of New York. Subway system. I carve the car seat with both the names. My heart is tipping over, pouring out when you say gravity couldn't sway. Any place is the place I'll be when you're far away.
Yeah, I've perked up a little bit. Yeah, that was a feel-good number. That one. That was a feel-good number. Great energy, great chord progression, great tempo, great lead lines on that old six-string twacker, the old six-string twanger there. That was a banger. That was my favourite one on the record, I think, so far. I like the energy. It's brought me up. We got Weeds coming up next, all right? I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Emotional Creature is the record. Track 7 of 12 by Beach Bunny is entitled Weeds. As it states, this video contains flashes of light that could trigger seizures for people with visual sensitivities. With that being said, I'm sure my frame rate is hardly going to do so, but it's good to have warnings, eh? You know, a lot of times there's no warning, and you're like, flipping heck, that's a bit intense, isn't it? Let's go. This one's called Weeds.
I'm tired of being anxious, broken, choking on my tears. I let the same old problems steal away my ears, 'cause I'm somebody's dolly. When a lover's near, but tend to crumble slowly when they disappear like nothing matters after natural disaster. And I wonder, where's my happy ever after? I'm obsessed, depressed, can't seem to find no closure. What's the point in getting dressed if the two of us are over? 'Cause he's not the problem. The problem is you think you're only viable for love. When someone makes you feel complete, you're a diamond. Wish you could see you the way I see. You can't blossom.
Some melodies here.
Growing gardens out of reach.
Some melodies. Come on.
Tired of giving, living like a lady in distress. But I don't need someone to save me, not your Polly Pocket in your lover's locket. You can't hold me down. I'm a bursting bottle rocket. If you want to know me, start by trying to show me that you're worthy, baby. Prove that you can earn me, 'cause I'm sick of playing games. Let's leave puzzles on the top shelf, begging a boy to come for help when I could just learn to
Let me turn the volume up. I'll be with you in 1 second. If this is a little bit quiet, I do apologize. I just had a look at the inputs there. 1 moment. Let me see if I can change this. I mean, it really shouldn't be. I've got it on plus 100 and. Hey, by the way, my name is Des. Nice to meet you. Let's see if this is a little bit louder. Hopefully I don't blow your head off. And if I do, at least that's better than it being too quiet. Let's have a look. It's a quiet tune, man. It's very quiet. Brett, I've ramped it 210%. Come on. Sorry, people. I'm faffing this audio. Let's go. My problem. This is deep. Someone says you're taking my core wounds as a human being and turning them into awesome pop songs. It's actually kind of distressing for me to listen to this for some reason, but it's good to know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Jeez. And then they've said again, I listened to this song again and it's very depressing and anxiety inducing for me in some reason. Yo, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something, right? This is gonna be a bold statement, and I'm gonna completely butcher what I'm gonna say, but I know that, and I don't care. Having an emotional connection and relation, and being represented by a song, is one of the most powerful experiences one can have. Speaking of someone who likes music, I mean, that's you know, the older I get, the rarer I become accustomed to that. The rarer I can find something aligned with who I am, how I feel, and where I'm going, and so forth. So it's actually such a blessing to be touched in an emotional way by music to that degree. Now, with that being said, somebody pointing the finger at you and saying, you have inflamed my depression and induced anxiety, that's bullshit. This person should shut the fuck up for that, to be honest. Because it's like, for me, it reflects this journey that I've been through most of my life. Contact with other people is often anxiety due to being mistreated. It's like, whoa, you're trauma dumping on me. And as much as I appreciate it, don't put the burden of your depression and anxiety on my creative expression. Do you know what I mean? Don't make me feel bad about writing music and songs. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm glad you engage. And don't get me wrong, that person's probably young. I hope they're young, because what they've done is indirectly attack the artist, in my personal opinion, who are great artists. And yeah, you know what? It's the biggest compliment in the world to say, your music touches me. But for you to say, your music harms me and sticks a dagger in me, that's like kind of mad, don't you think? That is room for good discussion, I think. I think there's a good topic to be spoken on when it comes to stuff like that. Does the artist have responsibility for... Nah, let's not talk about it. What do I know? I've got no problems, right? We got Gravity coming up next. Track 8 of 12. Let's keep moving, yeah? Let's see what this volume's saying on this advertisement. Hold on.
This trusty cough.
Will I ever sing again?
You will. Benylin instantly coats your throat and the soothing syrup gets to work on clearing your chest from
just generally the track was quiet, I think. The sound engineering is like quite quiet. We got Gravity here. If it's filler, we'll just flow it into Scream, yeah? There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Plenty of room for discussion on that last one. Great tune, great backing vocals, great melodies. Emotional Creature is the record. Track 8 of 12 is entitled Gravity. It's 1 minute 35, so if it's a filler tune, we'll flow it into Scream, yeah? We'll probably flow it into Scream anyway, right? Let's keep going. I got a cup of coffee locked and loaded. That last tune was really good. I've still got the melodic hook in my head, the vocal hook. Yeah, it's an interlude. It's a vibe, but I'll tell you what, people. When I listen to Beach Bunny, I want to hear some hooks. I want to hear some melodies, man. Get to the melodies. We got Scream coming up next. Will we have an advertisement in between? Quite possibly. Filler, let's go. We're off to space with this one.
Conflicted, but it's excitement. Maybe I'm nervous, mostly I like it. It's like the house light I keep on lit. Last box in the basement. I've got a secret. I've got a secret under the carpet. I can't remember in which compartment the mind holds memories of days we've missed. I miss being certain.
I like that line though.
Certainly I
There's a great build on this.
But when I do, it makes me question if I'm falling wrong. Don't wanna break something, and people say it can belong as long as it's I feel uneasy, internal conflict. My head and my heart try to rephrase the argument as you didn't feel that. Now I feel gaslit. Torch my emotions. Please change the subject. Falling for the afterthought of feeling what I wanna feel everything. But when I do, it makes me question if I'm falling wrong. Don't wanna break something, and people say it can belong as long as it's I feel confused by what I'm ashamed for. I feel ashamed by my human nature. Choose to adapt new outward behavior to feel accepted. People are built for acting like there's nothing wrong, so they can just belong. Sometimes I just wanna, but if I did, it'd make you question
I like that. I like that use of the sample there. That was really good.
if I'm worthy of feeling love. Is funny how we get along, just as long as I'm quiet.
That's cute. There, Preston Fry says today's literally my birthday. I love this band. I'll give that a thumbs up. I think that's quite a cute comment, you know. The thing is, normally I'd be, you know, I'd be a little sour guy about it and say, why are you making this about you? What you on about? Well, who cares? But the fact is that they've gone on to say, I love this band with the exclamation marks. It's just an excited comment. It's a positive comment. And it's like, it's your birthday and you're listening to a band you really love. I think the simplicity of that is really beautiful. As you know, random as that sounds, I think that's poetry. I think that's poetry. That was good. Yeah, that was a good tune. It was a good tune. I mean, it was less so, pop hit central and more so, you know, a little bit of a darker undertone to that one. A little bit of a darker undertone, but yeah, it is what it says on the tin. It is what it says on the tin. We've got Infinity Room coming up next. We'll flow that into karaoke, yeah? And then we'll finish the record off. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now people, don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're moving onwards slowly and surely to the end of the record. Emotional Creature is the album, Beach Bunny is the band. Track 10 of 12 is entitled Infinity Room, but it falls at a measly 1 minute 10 seconds long, so I assume it could potentially be an interlude of sorts, an interval leading into karaoke. So we're going to do both of these tracks in this one. I'll see you then. Let's go.
when you turn around. My heart seems to fall down.
Luminescent Bone says most underrated artist of all time. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Most underrated artist of all time, the UK hardcore band Knuckle Dust from London. Get back.
We're not falling apart. And all
The crossover thrash metal band, or metalcore band Mother of Mercy from America. That's underrated. Let's not talk about
When
that.
I look above, I lose control. You're like a mirror looking into my soul. And all I thought I ever was wasn't at all. And I can't help how I'm feeling. The sun is only half as bright as your light. The ocean only half as deep. And all of time and space may make up a life. You're the one that makes living so sweet.
Let's go. We got karaoke coming up next. Probably get a little advertisement in between these two, giving it some music video.
We make a
Or not.
way from the boulevard to the bar. You serenade to the radio in your high school car. And your eyes change with the green of your outfit. So you tried on my blue winter jacket. At the studio, the music grows as you play. You say Tokyo looks the prettiest at the end of May. And I learn all the words to your daydreams.
Surfing Nerd says this band has such a distinct, unique sound, makes me feel good. You know what? We've listened to a couple of indie pop adjacent bands as of recent, and a reoccurring theme is people commenting saying, this sounds like Beach Money, this sounds like Beach Money. Beach Money, as far as marketing are concerned, are ahead of the curve, right?
I've been trying to sing karaoke.
Although somebody says the fact they seem more happy than past tracks, the last record we heard seemed a little bit more upbeat generally, I found. Come on now.
The silver smoke still ricochets off your lips. I breathe you in, but then cough too hard that I almost slipped. And we both nearly fell on the pavement. But we laughed our way to your apartment. The people sleep across the street in their bedroom. Suddenly you look at me and my heart just blew. Haven't known you for years or for hours. 'Cause the snow starts to seem like sun showers.
Star Team, do you copy? We intercepted intel regarding the whereabouts of Star Agent Zero.
The conceptual stuff and the video stuff is way too fun for a person like me.
We need
I'm not into fun. I'm into melodies. And I'll tell you what, these lot can put a good melody together. That was an enjoyable tune. A nice, solemn, almost melancholy hook there. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. That was a good number. Nice and soothing. This record as a whole, they've taken... it's the sound engineering more so than the band, but they've taken the kick, not the kick drum, the kick, the power, the explosive value out of a lot of these choruses and sort of made them somewhat smooth, which isn't a negative. It's just a different approach to the writing. The dynamic is a lot different than what we've heard in some of the early records, from what I remember at least. We're quite, consistent as far as the audacity is concerned. We got Love Song to finish off, people. Let's finish this record off. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Emotional Creature is the record. Beach Bunny is the band. Track 12 of 12, i.e. the last track on the record, is entitled Love Song. This entire listen through has gone out to John, who recommended this on the Patreon. One love, John. Let's finish off, yeah?
Lives in my bedroom, and you stick to the walls in my head. You're gentle in color, turn me bright as a
Come on.
red flower bed. You remind me of someone I've read. Your voice is the music, so I hum to the tune.
Great sounding acoustic guitar there.
You talk like an author, always reading the thoughts on my face. Without trying, we find the same page. It's funny how we move through space and time. Sometimes I think I've known you all my life.
Oh, it's an emotional number. You can't go wrong with a good upbeat love song, man. Someone says she's an underrated songwriter. Hey! Underrated is up for debate, but she's a fantastic songwriter. If it's her writing these melodies, fantastic songwriting. And the structure as well, Someone made a quote here. It's heaven when you hold me in your heart. You paint me in your sky like modern art. Incredible. Come on now. Oh, hey! This is a gas. I like this one.
I used to be an actress, always acted as though it could be. Your heart is my compass, always pointing toward I can't see. You reflect all your light into me. Your August strawberry moonlit are the planets turn just to hear you talk. You love like a poet, harmonizing with my energy, like we're playing in time and in key. It's funny how we move through space and time. Sometimes I think I've known you all my life.
I love that line. So simple yet so effective, man.
Heavenly, you who feel divine. It's heaven when you hold me in your heart. You paint me in your sky like modern art. I feel like I could fly when looking in your angel eyes. It's heaven. It's heaven.
This chord progression and the sound of the guitars here is very reminiscent of the early 2000s Britpop. And I love that. It's so, it connects with me. This soundscape connects with me and my tastes very well.
Your heaven.
Heaven, yeah.
It's heaven.
Heaven. It's heaven.
Comes out eventually. It all comes out eventually.
Come on. And this is a very Britpop sounding solo, man. The lead guitarist knows what he's doing.
Running away through the rain makes your socks wet. Switching your heart and your brain makes you feel uncertain if thoughts were the same even back then. I feel ashamed, feel ashamed. Running away through
Little modulation.
with you, darling, makes me feel safe like you saved me from drowning. I'm not ashamed, not ashamed, not ashamed.
Come on.
I wanna kiss you when everyone's watching.
I love this. I love this. I love this.
It all comes out eventually.
This was the best song on the record.
Comes out eventually.
What a great sound.
All comes out eventually.
People talking about the reprise of the hooks and stuff. I don't give a hoot about that. I didn't clock onto that. I didn't even clock onto that. I just love this song.
All comes out.
If they've taken the hooks from other songs, they've taken the best hooks from the other songs, because this is a great song, man. That was a great tune. That was a great finish to the record. Man, it's so cliche. They know it's cliche. That's why they entitled it Love Song, man. But there is something just ageless about a good love song. It's just perfect. That was a great number. I was very happy that they finished off with that. You know, sometimes they leave the worst at the last. I think they put the best out last on that one. That was a great number. Let's finish this off with a final review of the record. I'll give you my final thoughts. I might rate it out of 10, I might not. We'll see. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out. We just listened to the Beach Bunny record entitled Emotional Creature. It was recommended on Patreon by my friend John. Thank you very much, John. We've had a couple of Beach Bunny records on as of recent. I think the one we had last time came out prior to this. Am I right or wrong in saying that? I don't know which one came before the other, to be honest with you. But with that being said, Emotional Creature has 12 songs. 2 of them being very, very short. One of them being like an instrumental interlude. The other having lyrical content. It was a song, but with it being 1 minute 10, you know, I would argue, just for the sake of it, it might as well be a 10-track record as opposed to a 12, you know, because we compiled the shorter ones in with the ones that came after. Production is okay. I reckon it's a very clean production. It's a very good production. It's definitely an expensive production as far as the sound engineering is concerned. But I don't think the sound engineering... I rarely say this, but I don't think the sound engineering matched this band well. Because I feel there was an overt compression of the dynamic, and don't get me wrong, you could say half of that was the songwriting and the structuring of the songwriting, but I've not experienced this with Beach Bunny before. It felt like the chorus sections and the main hooks weren't elevated the way they should have been. And you can say, well, maybe they didn't want that. Bruh, trust me, these lot know how to write a fantastic song. There's no way they wouldn't want elevation of them great hooks. No flipping way. That's songwriting 101. Don't bore us, get to the chorus, man. And Beach Bunny are fantastic on that. Now, whilst I'm on the topic, the songwriting is pristine. Gorgeous songwriting. Absolutely adore it. Fantastic talent within both the lyrical content, the phrasing, the melodies, the structuring of the songs. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Love it. Absolutely love it. My favourite song was on the end, Love Song. Which probably, not a controversial statement, but, you know, a less than popular one. because there's a lot of good music on here, and Love Song wasn't, it didn't have the standout character, but I just thought as far as it being a great song, it was just a great song. It was a great song. Great energy. It all came together just spot on. The whole space theme that runs through it, I'm not too fussed on that. I mean, it's ironic because I've done a couple of numbers about space and stuff, metaphorically speaking, and I understand where it holds its place, but an entire concept based upon that, I'd like something a little more organic, just a little more like, I'm a human being and I love you and you don't like me, I'm going to cry, which tends to be the vibe, right, for acts like this, emotional and more in connection to a younger market, more in connection to a younger market, but with that being said, I'm an older man, and this band still connects with me incredibly well. So it's a real... I just want to give an incredible props to this band and their way of writing music. Really good, really good. Guitar work was good. There was a fair bit of Britpop-esque chord work alongside lead guitar stuff going on, in my personal opinion. A lot of stuff sounding like this, or at least the best of guitar bands who were writing songs like this were getting into the charts and onto radio music in the 2000s, if not the 90s. Like, they were present in this day and age. Now people just there's free flipping songwriters, and then they just write flipping mainstream fodder for faces of brands, i.e., pop artists. That's it nowadays. You're just force-fed, mind-numbing shite. But this, had some reminiscence of some of the guitar rock bands that were, touching the radio every once in a while, back in the day, at least in the UK, Drumming was good. The production on the drum kit was nice. I liked it a lot. The hi-hat in particular was tasty. What more needs to be said? I'm not going to rate this out of 10 because I can't remember what I rated the last record. But I will deduct 0.5 from what I gave the rating of the last one. I did prefer the last record. I thought it had a little more of an upbeat sound to it. I thought the production served it a little bit better. But the band doesn't miss. The band does not miss. And I want to give thanks to John for having me listen to this, because obviously I came into this listen through in not the best state of mind, and sometimes I have to preemptively make that statement because sometimes I just approach music through the lens of negativity, and then the people who recommended it just being like, fucking hell, you destroyed that. What was all that about? And it's like, well, maybe a disclaimer that you do see the world through, some emotional value. And so that was to be explained prior. But by the end of this record, I was absolutely in love with some of the sounds I had heard. It really uplifted me and, gave me a kick up the arse. So that was really good. That was Emotional Creature. I'm signing out on that one. Till next time, peace.